Alright, I'm just leaving my job outside of Telluride, which is right down that way. And I'm going to make my commute back to Rico. It's about a 30-minute commute, and I'm going to compress it down into a few minutes. But there's quite a few geologic sites along the way. It's kind of like driving through Yosemite or something on the way to work. There's where I work, right down there. Viking Equipment Rental and Premier Special Events. And now I'm heading up the hill towards Rico and the mountain village of Telluride and the ski area. Okay, right here on the left is the turn off to Telluride Mountain Village, and you can see there's a little bit of the golf course there visible also, and that's where the ski area and the mountain village area is. Okay, and then just a little beyond that turn here on my right, you can see Mount Wilson, a 14,000 foot mountain, and that's one that's commonly used for beer commercials and such. One of the most photographed mountains in the world, no doubt. And then right beside it there is Sunshine Mountain. Another, well, that's a 13er, another big one. Another quick shot there of Wilson Peak, a little bit more than 14,000 feet. Okay, off to my right, Ilium Wall, I call that. I'm not sure if that's really what it's called. That's the Ilium Valley, though, and there's a little town there called Ilium. If I were to take a sharp right and crash down about 1,000 feet, I'd be there in moments. Another quick shot of the Ilium Wall there, a little closer. And the Ilium Valley below. Way below. Whew! It scares me to look down there. Now here on the left, beginning to see the Ophir Needles. These are where rock climbers come. You know, I've actually shot video of people climbing there before, and it's amazing. They're just a tiny speck up there. That's a lot bigger than it looks. Ooh, there's a big cave up there. Actually get a better view of the Ophir Needles coming from the other direction. Right up that valley there, in the Ophir Valley, is the little town of Ophir. Ophir was the name of the gates to King Solomon's mines, by the way. I'm going to angle back there. Maybe you can catch a little bit more of the needles while I'm driving. Okay, I rounded the bend, and then I can see there, that is Sheep Mountain up ahead. Not named so because it looks like a sheep, but that's because herds of bighorn sheep hang out there just below those peaks and in those peaks. Now down to my left there is Trout Lake, surrounded by mountains, and there with Sheep Mountain there on the south end. Sheep Mountain is particularly craggy. I can't wait to hike up there. I've skied up that way before, but I really want to hike up there to that real craggy looking area and check it out close up. The San Juan Mountains are known for being particularly rugged because they're young mountains and haven't eroded as much as the other ones there on the Continental Divide and elsewhere. Another shot of Sheep Mountain. Down on the other side of those mountains is Purgatory Ski Area toward Durango, Colorado. Okay, this is the Lizard Head Pass crossing. I'm a little bit over 10,000 feet in altitude. And we're coming into Dolores County. Beautiful alpine meadow here on my left. And really the very beginnings, the birthing, you might say, of the Dolores River, which we'll see at the end of the tour right at my house. Just another shot of this beautiful high altitude meadow with the stream that will be the Dolores River soon in the middle. Right up there is Lizard Head Peak. I understand it actually used to look like a lizard head, but the head broke off decades ago, maybe 60, 70 years ago, something like that. I'm thinking about hiking up there this weekend. Okay, I'm now headed downhill again on the south side of Lizard Head Pass. I'm about 20 miles south of Telluride and about 10 miles north of Rico in Dolores County now. left San Miguel County up there at the pass. Okay, I'm just coming into Rico, and over there on the left, in the morning particularly, you can see steam rising, and that's from the Rico hot tub. The miners drilled a shaft there, struck hot water. And so ends another commute. There's my house. Here's the Dolores River, raging. Whew. Anyway, about 35 minutes